Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And tonight I will continue my Shadowdark series adventures in the Keldor sector. And before I start, I want to ramble on a little bit about some things. So first of all, I want to show you this beautiful printed product because I took all my Shadowdark PDFs that I created and I uploaded an alternative A5 version of Shadowdark to DrivethruRPG so that it's all consistent with my other supplements, and I combined all the PDFs into one PDF and had it printed at my favorite online print shop. And now I have a nice complete Shadowdark space opera sci-fi package for the Shadowdark rule set. And yeah, I really like how it turned out, and yeah, I'm happy to use this at the table, and I'm looking forward to use this at the table. So yeah, maybe you want to do something similar and get your stuff printed. So it is all A5 size now, so you can print it just like the Shadowdark book into a nice little booklet. Yeah, Shadowdark space opera RPG. So this is that. So yeah, I will be using this at the table, and I'm really happy how it turned out. So then I will be continuing what I started in my Solo RPG Challenge series. I will be using some background images on my tablet to convey some flair and atmosphere. And regarding my upload schedule, I have decided that I will now get back to alternating between space opera, Star Wars, sci-fi, and fantasy. So last video was a fantasy video. Now this will be Shadowdark. Then I will be continuing my Solo RPG fantasy series. Then I will do a playtest session of my in-development Shadowdark board game. And then I will do fantasy again, and so on. So that I'm always alternating between sci-fi, space opera, and fantasy. And I will try to keep up my posting schedule of 2 videos a week. 1 video in the middle of the week, like today, it's Wednesday, and 1 video on or around the weekend. So if I'm in the mood, I might increase this, but so far, yeah, that's the thing I want to stick with. And the other thing I want to ramble about is actually, let me check, is the camera rolling? Yes, it is. Is actually a little complaint. So a while ago, I bought a package of photo paper because I figured it is a good idea to print pictures out every once in a while, like I did here. And I still like these pictures. But what I don't like is that this photo paper, it's got like a glossy coating. The ink does not really stick to the paper. It is as if the ink is just applied on the coating in a thin layer, and if you press it too hard, or if you scratch along the surface, or even if you just put these pictures on top of each other, the quality immediately degrades. So if you look at this picture here, you can see these stripes here, and also here, and the smear, and this is just from like rubbing these pictures together and storing them in my notebook. So I'm not really satisfied with this photo paper. On the opposite, I printed these out on normal printer paper, and of course when they come out of the printer they're a little wet because they're soaked with ink, and they might also bend a little, but at least the ink is firmly soaked into the paper, and this degradation of paint quality just does not happen. So what is my lesson learned? That actually for my needs and purposes photo paper was a waste of money, and that I'm just better off just using normal printer paper. So yeah, I just wanted to ramble on about this because I think this is really annoying, and I will reprint these pictures on normal printer paper so that I have new and not as much smeared versions of them. But for tonight, they will have to do. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And yeah, I forgot my manners as always. I jumped right into rambling. So first of all, I hope you had a very pleasant week up until today. So if you didn't, maybe it's a small comfort that half of the week is already over and that we are on the best path or the straight path towards the weekend. Yeah, that is that. All right, so we are going to jump right back into the action. So Nash Duncan, smuggler, scoundrel, and gambler, and his patron, client, employer, Rhya, a Drydian shadow huntress, just barely won their second firefight in a row against a group of thugs in an abandoned warehouse when they were looking for a stolen data core that was taken from an Eldridian vessel. And so we're in bad shape. Nash Duncan has 3 hit points left, and Rhya also. So we're at 3 hit points. We already used a med pack, but as you can see from this picture here, we were able to then basically requisition, I think is the word, acquire this air speeder from one of the thugs. So this is where we left off last session. We went into the air speeder and flew away. So Nash Duncan is at the controls, Rhya is in the passenger seat, but as you can see, the passenger seat is in the back. So because it's a sleek and slender vessel. And so we are flying at high altitude. You can see in the background here the factory district. Let me get this up a little. Got to take a look at the reflection. So here you can see like this factory district, and now we are heading towards other parts of town. And yeah, Nash is flying, and he heads towards the spaceport district as Rhya goes, "Hey, where are you going?" "Well, what do you think? I'm going back to our to my ship, back to the ship." "Why are you going back to the ship? We need to get to the casino." Okay, so I stop the speeder and hover. "We can't go to the casino. Of course we can. Idiot's Array. You can find it on the map. Well, it's not a problem of finding it on the map. I mean, I don't know if if you already forgot about it, but we just survived 2 firefights. We are hurt. We are exhausted. I already used the med pack, and I seriously think we need some rest and some better preparation. I mean, we know what the guy is called, Captain Ghant, but do you know how he looks like? I mean, we don't have anything else. I mean, we can't just waltz into this casino and ask everybody, excuse me, are you Captain Ghant? I mean, we need some sort of strategy, some sort of clue. Otherwise, we might walk right into our doom. She goes, well, I do know that we just survived 2 firefights. But maybe you fail to understand that this mission is of utmost importance to me. And not only to me, but also to my people, if you need higher stakes. So I can't really afford to lose any more time and to risk that the data core is sooner or later being decrypted by whoever took it. Well, don't you need any sleep? Yes, I do need sleep, but I do not need a lot of sleep, and I am not tired right now. We rested in the afternoon. Yeah, that is right, we rested in the afternoon, but that was before we got shot up by blaster fire. Listen, if you don't want to come with me, that is fine. But then, please, she goes. And it obviously takes her some effort to say this word. Please, then let me off at the casino and I will meet you in the spaceship later. And I go, all right, so of course I will not let you go alone. Let's do a compromise here, okay? So let's do a compromise. We got these comlinks from the guys that we just defeated. Let's take a moment and look through them. Maybe we find some sort of message or communique, a holographic message from this Captain Ghant that gives us some clue to his appearance. And if that is not the case, we will head towards the casino and we will take one stroll through the casino and through the gambling area. I mean, I know my way around casinos, you know. I used to be a pretty successful gambler. Actually, I still am. And while I'm at it, I might try to make some credits. But I know casinos. They usually have VIP areas for the high rollers that are cordoned off but still visible. So we take a stroll through this casino. We look around, and maybe we're able to make out this Captain Ghant or someone who might be it. And then we decide what we do. But if we don't find any clues regarding his appearance, we leave it at this stroll. And if you're happy, before we go to rest, I inquire with my contact that led us to the abandoned warehouse in the first place and have him gather some intelligence about this Captain Ghant, and then we will meet with him tomorrow morning, and then we can proceed. So what do you say? Does that sound like a reasonable course of action to you? She looks at me, tilts her head slightly, and goes, well, indeed. Now come to think of it, a warrior that is not rested and of clear mind is not an effective warrior. I might have let my desperation get the better of me. You have to understand there's a lot at stake for me and my people. But you are right. What you suggested sounds like a reasonable course, and it's a compromise. We will do that. Thank you. All right, then let's check these comlinks here. Let's see if we can find anything in here that might give us a clue how this Captain Ghant might look like. All right, so we check out these comlinks, and they're like our basically smartphone things, and they got holo projectors and stuff. So let's see if they are encrypted, and I think obviously this is pretty likely. Oops, I'll give it a 70% chance that they are encrypted. Let me check my camera. Can you see my dice tray? Yeah, sort of. I gotta move it up here a little. So 70% it's encrypted. 58, it is encrypted, no random event, but no, damn. I was just in my mind. I was still in my Shadowdark board game where I had two backgrounds, and there I was a mechanic. But here I'm just a gambler, so I do not have any expertise. My expertise is Silver Tongue, and Rhya's background is Monk. So none of us is. Oh, but Rhya, she does have a security kit, which is, it is of course some sort of toolkit, but it also has some sort of like a little decryption software stick for, not for heavy duty decryptions, but for things like comlinks, it might work. So she hands me the description stick because OOC, because I got an intelligence modifier, she doesn't. So she figures because I know my way around starships and machines, I might be a little more effective with this. So here, can you do anything with it? It is it has some sort of decryption software, pretty sophisticated. Well, actually, that is not too bad. So because of that, I will get advantage, and I will make an intelligence check to try to decrypt one of these comlinks. And let's say, I mean, it's a comlink after all, let's say it's a DC 12. DC 12 with advantage. Yes, 15 and 19. So the stick works wonders. I hand it back to her. Well, this is a great piece of technology. Where did you get it? Trade secret, she just says. Well, as if I had guessed it. All right, so now the comlink is decrypted. All right, so the question is there anything on there that might give us a clue to, or of the appearance of Captain Ghant? And I'll just use the standard Shadowdark D6 decider. 4, 5, 6, Shadowdark, sorry. 4, 5, 6, it's a yes. Of course it's a 2. So even though we are decrypting the comlink, we do not get any useful information regarding the appearance of this Captain Ghant. Nope, sorry Rhya, nothing here. Damn. All right, but you said we will take a stroll through the casino. Yes, I did, and I'm true to my word. So let's head over there. So I open up the map in the navigation system, and I search for the Idiot's Array Casino, and fly over there. And so this is, like I said, just a normal big city. Even though it has large skyscrapers, it's not like a layered city. So there is a large parking pad, if you want to call it that, nearby, where you can sit down airspeeders. Actually, I like this airspeeder. Too bad it doesn't fit into my ship. Damn. and then we set down the airspeeder, and well, we are in the where is it? In the Calcaris system, Calcaris Prime, which is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. We're in the capital. It has 3 million inhabitants and the only starport. So I'm just trying to come up or to think if we're allowed like to take our weapons or anything with us. So Calcareous system. Calcareous, not Calcareous, Calcareous system. Yeah, gotta change this. Because it's like a rough and tumble. Oh, damn, again, the ink. What is the matter with this thing? Ah, damn it. All right. All right, so this is all live and on camera. Now you have to enjoy. I don't know what is wrong here with this thing. Maybe I need to... I mean, it's pretty old. I got this when I was still studying in university. And I got my master's degree 2011. So that is 13 years ago. So this pen is at least 13 years old. So yeah, but it's got to do for now. All right. Damn it. Yeah, so we set the speeder down on this parking pad, and we head for the casino entrance. And of course we look like we look, so I just pass as a normal patron, I would guess. But Rhya, I mean, her hooded cloak is nothing special, but she's got her leaf skin armor, but to be fair, it is light armor, and according to the Shadowdark rules, light armor is basically, it can be disguised or woven or worked into normal clothing, so it's not that big of a deal. So it's basically like a tougher jumpsuit kind of thing. So I think that is no problem. The question is, what about our weapons? So I'll give it a 50-50 D6 decider that we have to check the weapons. So 1, 2, 3, we gotta check them. 4, 5, 6, we can take them with us. So nobody cares. So there's no form of weapons check or anything or security screening. However, there are bouncers. There's a Gamorrean, there's a Trandoshan, and a Rhodian. So we have and they look pretty tough, so they're muscular. They also wear light combat armor, which is clearly visible, and they have blaster rifles slung across their back, but they also have like stun batons, and they wear combat gloves, so they mean business if anyone is causing trouble. But they just let us pass, and they just notice my holster and my gun, and they just go, "Leave that holstered in here, or there will be trouble." And I'm like, I'm here to gamble, not to get into firefights. Don't worry about me. All right, and they do not recognize this Shadowblade hilt that Rhya has. So that is fine. All right, so we enter the casino. Let me change the scenery. As if I would have guessed it, I created some artwork, but I think I'm using a different one. Let's see. Yeah, that one here. All right, so this is the Idiot's Array Casino. put it here. Let me check again the camera. Yeah, looks all right. So we enter this Idiot's Array Casino. Let's adjust, or let's update our time. So it's the common, so let's say it's like, oh, I said, okay, 1:30 a.m. as we left. Now we had to, let's say it's 2:15 a.m. It's 2:15 a.m. as we enter the casino. 2:15 as we enter the Idiot's Array. Okay, so and now let's do some bookkeeping. I will also treat this following scene within the casino also as an investigation scene, just for this structured framework. Investigation scene. So if you remember, I'm using the Scarlet Heroes rules again for urban adventures to have some sort of time limit, going by victory points, but I will just use it as a loose framework. So I'm playing out the scenes as they make sense, and not go by like checks and fights and stuff. It'll just happen what happens, but I still need some frame of reference, some sort of structure. And so this, since we are investigating this location, it'll be an investigation scene, meaning also that the enemy again has the opportunity to gain a victory point, the foe. And when there are 10 victory points, they have decrypted the data core, which is pretty bad. All right, so it's an investigation scene. And I will say it is, again, infiltrate a location where the activities relate to a clue on a check, failure, face a fight. So we will see what happens. So we are infiltrating this casino. So it is scene number 2. Infiltrate casino. Okay. Yeah, so there are a lot of patrons, but it's a rough and tumble crowd, different species, and since there are no controls, a lot of them are also armed, but also on the inside there are some bouncers as well. We have on the inside another Trandoshan, we have a Quarren, and we have another Rhodian, and they're also wearing light combat armor, blaster rifles, combat gloves, and batons, and they patrol the gambling floor and stop every once in a while and check and try to get a feel for the atmosphere, if there's like some sort of heat discussion going on someplace. So as good bouncers, they want to try to get ahead of whatever situation might arise and diffuse it while it's still brewing, if you want to call it that. So yeah, so we wander around, and I go to Rhya, talk to Rhya. All right, so we need to blend in. So we should get a drink, whether you want one or not. So what should I get you? And now don't give me water now. We are in a casino. And she again tilts her head. Then I will have an ale, as you call it. All right, fine. 1 ale coming up, and I'm having a cocktail. So I head over to the bar, order drinks, and then we sit down, and I just look around to try to get a feel for the place and for the area, and I see if I can make out these high roller booths, and I don't need to roll for that. I know my way around casinos, so yeah, I can make them out. And see, I point them out to Rhya. See, there, these cordoned off areas. This is where the regulars and the high rollers go. And maybe let's just see this sabak table there right next to this high roller area. Let's just head over there and keep our ears open and see if we can learn something while playing a little sabak. All right, so we head over there, and I'm in the mood now for some gambling. All right, so, and for gambling, I will be using my Shadowdark board game rules. So so I sit down and I can bet up to a maximum of 10,000 credits in 100 credit increments. So this is a little simplified. And actually I do have some money. I got, where's my character log? I have like 5,950 credits. So I'm just going to wager 1,000 credits. So I'm at 4,950. Okay, and I'm betting 1,000 credits. And now it's a little gambling skill challenge. Gambling. And I have to get 5 successes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, before I get 3 failures. It is a DC 15, and since I got the gambler background, I can roll with advantage, and I'm using my wisdom modifier of +3. So yeah, I haven't calculated the odds. It's probably less than 50-50. But it's just for the flair, and maybe I make some money. We need to just spend some time here to learn something. So while I'm gambling, I go like to Rhya, maybe you should wander around a little and engage some people in conversation. I mean, you're good looking. You shouldn't have a problem in a place like this to get people interested in you if you pull down your hood. And maybe you can learn something. Just ask who the high rollers are, and if there's someone in particular that has maybe had like a big winning or losing streak, or who the regulars are, whatever, to try to get some information. Maybe you can determine that. Yeah. And OOC, the thing is, I think last session I rolled a critical fail when using the force, so I can't use the force again. And so otherwise she would of course use like sense to get the truth, or the mind trick to get the truth out of them. But I mean, she's got training. In game terms, OOC, it was a critical fail, but she, of course, knows that she's exhausted and she needs to rest so that she can't use the force. But yeah, she will just try to talk to the people, and I will gamble. All right, first check. +3, DC 15. I'm counting this as a 13. That is a success. Yes, first success. Again, second roll. So ships are exchanging hands, credit ships are pushed around on the table, and that's a failure. But this round didn't go well for me. Rhya is wandering around. Oh, 12 +3, that is 15. Second success. All right, so this round I was lucky. One of the patrons already left the table. But then 10 +3 is 13, another failure. Damn, and I'm also out of luck tokens because I also need to rest. again. Oh, critical success. And now I'm using my skill challenge rule. Critical success is 2 successes, but also a critical failure would be 2 failures. So but it doesn't matter, I only have 1 failure left, but also 1 success. So now it is an advantage roll plus 3. Please, that would gain me 1,000 credits. Yes, 19 and 11. So I win. I win, and I win plus 1,000, win plus 1,000. So I'm now at 6,950. Damn, that was great. All right, so 6,950. All right, Rhya, let's make a check for her if she manages to find something out. And that'll be a charisma check, and I'll give it a DC 12, but she does not have advantage or a bonus. So it's a DC 12 charisma. Straightforward roll while I'm gambling. She's asking around. Ah, damn it, 11. Ah, come on. Come. 11 it's close enough. She picks up a whisper in the corner over there. She just hears Ghant, but nothing more, nothing less. So she comes back to me. I'm smiling because I just won 1,000 credits and I'm collecting my winnings. And she goes, I see you haven't lost your skill. And I go, well, was that a compliment? Almost sounded like one. But yeah, I was lucky. I had a good round. That's 1,000. But what about you? Well, I did hear the word Ghant, but only slightly whispered, and over there, this group over there. But I didn't get anything more. All right, so let's head over there. So while we're heading over there, because she didn't really make the check, let's ask the Oracle if they're about to leave into one of those cordoned off VIP areas maybe or so, and I'll give it a 65% chance that they're about to leave as we head over there. So 65% they're about to leave. Ooh, that is an 11, which means they're not about to leave, but a random event happens, because that is doubled. All right, so we head over there, and so while we're heading over there, let's finish the scene first, and then at the random event. Okay, they're just sitting, they're not gambling right now. It's a crowd of 4 people, 2 men and 2 women, near humans, so they look human, but they have some slight, just like Rhya, maybe some slight alterations of different skin tone or slightly different ears or whatever. So they're a group of 4 near humans, 2 males, 2 females, and they are sitting in a booth, but it's not like a cordoned off VIP booth. It's just a booth. They're having a bottle of booth also that they're sharing, and they're talking. So we casually head over there and stop at a nearby gaming table and take some steps back so that we're close and try to eavesdrop on their conversation, which is not that easy because it is loud and crowded. But now let's make a roll. Wisdom. I'm making a wisdom DC 12 if we need to get closer, which might draw attention to ourselves. So Nash, he's got a wisdom bonus. 20! So we are standing there, and suddenly the conversation on this table over there becomes heated as one of the women says, "And I tell you, this Captain Ghant guy, he was cheating. There was no way he could have been that lucky. He cheated me, and I'm sure of it. And just because he's a high roller here and a regular, nobody cares and nobody will touch him. But I know it. He cheated." And the other ones on the table go like, "Psh, do you want to get thrown out?" And as if that was the clue, the three bouncers, or two of the bouncers, appear at the table and stand right next to the woman and go, the Quarren goes, "Well, looks like you've had enough booze. So you got a choice. Either you leave," points at the woman that raised his voice, "or you all leave. But somebody is leaving now. Someone is leaving now. So what'll it be?" "All right, it's late anyways. Yeah, we leave. Don't worry about us. We won't cause any more trouble. We leave." "All right, this is our opportunity," I go. "Let's follow him and talk to them outside." "All right, then. We will escort you out," the Quarren goes. "Well, no need for that. We know our way around. But still, I insist," the Quarren goes. All right, and they escort the group out, and we follow casually and, out into the streets. Let's change the scenery again. Out into the streets. That's the thing, if you got too many pictures on here, takes a while, but here, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Yeah, so that is the street area outside the casino, so it's all like neon lit and narrow. It's the entertainment district, so we leave as well. And as we're a couple of steps away from the casino, they also head for this parking pad where our airspeeder is parked. We approach them, and I go like, "Sorry, I do not want to bother you. I couldn't... I gotta talk to... I couldn't help it, but, I mean, we overheard your conversation, and yeah, you are right. This Captain Ghant guy, I knew it. You know what? He cheated me too. Isn't that a thing? Yeah, I gotta get back to him. Yeah, me too. But, see, it was the first time I was at this casino, and I already ran afoul of him. Usually I know my way around a casino, but this Captain Ghant guy, I don't know, when I was gambling with him, he was at this spot there. Is that his regular spot? Because I think he wasn't here tonight. Now, was he? I have only seen him once, I'm not sure. No, he wasn't here tonight. You can't miss him. He's got an eye patch. I mean, obviously you know the rumor, right? That he's some sort of space pirate. Yeah, well, there are a lot of rumors. Yeah, but this, I think he really likes this pirate cliche. I mean, why would someone in this day and age run around with an eye patch? He could have just gotten a cybernetic replacement. Well, the other guy goes, "Well, maybe he's got one underneath his patch. Maybe he thinks it's funny." Yeah, so you can't miss him. Yeah, that's the booth you pointed out. That's the booth where he usually gambles, and he's the guy with the eye patch. Only thing missing is the parrot on his shoulder. Yeah, now as you, yeah, of course. How could, yeah, the eye patch? Yeah. Well, thank you, and have a nice and wonderful evening. And yeah, I will look out for him, and now I know what to look for because I'm good at gambling. I will get back at this guy. Yeah, but be careful. He's rough and tumble, and he's got goons. Yeah, I'm rough too. Well, have a nice night. Yeah, you too. Yeah, we are parked over there as well. Yeah, you can walk with us. Okay. So we walk to the speeder, and then I go, "All right, I think we've learned enough for tonight." So the booth, this high roller booth that I pointed out, that is his regular spot, and he's the guy with an eye patch. I think we don't need much more of a clue. But still, because I said I will, let me try if I can still contact my contact, and I'll just give him half of my winnings. I'll just give him 500. That of course I will get from you back, and then he has to go and find something out. Yeah, I got you covered, she goes. Money wise, that is. Yeah. So let me get my comlink out. So I try to reach him. So I'm using my friends in low places ability, and I can make a charisma check with advantage. Let me check this again. What the DC, or I think I didn't really put a DC in there. All right. So friends in low places. No, it just says charisma check with advantage. I think the DC depends on what I want to do. All right, so I've already contacted him, so it's a DC 12. I mean, this is just if I can reach him again. I don't know if he can find something out. That'll be for him to try, but DC 12 charisma. 13, yeah, lucky me. All right, so indeed I reach him, and he goes, "We can't talk on the comlink. Meet me in 5 minutes. I'm in the entertainment district as well." All right, so in 5 minutes I'll meet him. He's nearby. All right, so we meet him, and I tell him, listen, I slip him 500 credit chips as a sign of my goodwill and good faith in your abilities. And I hope this time you don't get yourself in trouble and followed. You still owe us from that incident in the cantina. We need all the information you can get about a guy called Captain Ghant. He's supposed to wear an eye patch. He is a regular at the Idiot's Array Casino, sits at one of the high roller booths, and he is supposed to be the leader of a crew of 6 that have a small freighter. And yeah, you know the bunch. So this crew of 6, they belong to the larger organization of the Shadow Rats. And yeah, we got some serious business with this guy. So every information you can get us as soon as possible is appreciated. All right, I will see what I can do. Meet me tomorrow, 1800 hours, 6 p.m. here at this corner, and I'll see what I have by then. All right then. So we head back into the airspeeder and set the airspeeder down near our docking bay where the ship is docked, and we head into my ship. And now it's finally time to rest and to lick our wounds, basically. And this is what we will be doing. All right, so I once again show Rhya to her quarters, but she knows her way around. I mean, we've spent a couple of days on this ship, and it's not that big. For those of you who don't know my ship yet, this is the versatile Rust Bucket, an old Corellian engineering light freighter with very basic stats. And yeah, but so far it has served me well, and I need to put a lot of credits into it to upgrade it as soon as possible. But I also need credits to carouse, and I need credits to upgrade my weapon. So basically I need credits. So yeah, time for a payday actually. All right, so yeah, I show her to her quarters and go, "Do you need anything else? Or otherwise I'll see you in the morning." She goes, "I'm fine for now. I think it didn't went too well. We worked well together. I hope this will continue." "Yeah, it probably will. Don't worry about it." And then we are off to bed, and this is it. And this is where we will be ending the session. So I count this investigation scene as a success. Let's do some bookkeeping here. So now we have 2 victory points. Victory points 2. The enemy, let's roll. And now I have to roll a d10. If I roll a 1 or 2, the enemy gains a victory point. Because of investigation and action scenes, I had 2 investigation scenes so far. And no, doesn't. So the enemy is still at 0 victory points. And now we gained another clue as a metagame currency. Now we have 2 clues which we can use to initiate action scenes. And I talked to my contact. And I will meet him at 1800 hours. Right, so yeah, so this is where we will end for tonight. So yeah, as always, I hope you liked this episode. And if you did, please let me know in the comments, leave a like, subscribe, share, and do all this YouTube stuff. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Gotta take out my camera, it's all like shaky because of the table. Yeah, I will see you again on the weekend, where I will be continuing my solo RPG challenge June 24 adventure, where we will hopefully then arrive at our destination and explore some ruins to find a missing scholar. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you for watching, and stay safe and stay healthy. And I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.